Let's talk to John and Jane. We're going to do a quick recap of your evening and what each of you did right or wrong.
Great.
Sounds good.
All right. Now let's start before you even stepped into the restaurant. Making yourself presentable makes you more approachable. Here are the rules to remember. Shower and shave. Wear clean, pressed clothes. Fix your hair. Clean and trim your fingernails. Brush your teeth. And always go light on the cologne or perfume. Upon arrival, you have to set up your section. Be on time. Use clean pressed tablecloths that are squared on the table. Use clean napkins properly aligned on the table. Polish your silver and glasses. Check the chairs for any stray crumbs. Lastly, make sure everything is aligned. Next, pay attention at the meeting. Know the specials backwards and forwards, and develop a presentation for your tables. The waiting game is always hard. You've spent time getting ready, and now you have to wait until the table arrives. Stay alert and behave appropriately. First impressions are so important. You don't want your guests to catch you goofing off. If you go back to the back of the house, make sure you check the front of the house often for tables. Approach your new tables within 2 minutes of their seating. Remember and make a great first impression. Body language is really important. Introduce yourself and the restaurant. Present appealing drink options right away. Grab your guests' attention. Remember to try to upsell. Also, try to identify the host or leader of the table. This person will be invaluable to you throughout the night. Briefly highlight your restaurant's menu, noting specials or your favorites. Deliver your drinks as promptly as possible. To children first, women second, and men third. Deliver the drinks from the right side. Try to upsell wherever you can. Jane, you did a great job of this. You got your table to order 4 courses. John, you started out a little rocky with your appetizer. Remember to inform guests if appetizers have a specific number of items. Ravioli, dumplings, egg rolls, and so on. Find out the cooking times for each dish, and keep an eye on the status of the kitchen and other tables in the restaurant. Let your table know if they order a dish that takes an especially long time to prepare. And finally, be nice to the kitchen. You'll be glad you did when you mess up. Clearing your table and preparing for the next course is just as important as delivering their food in a timely manner. If you're scrambling to swap dirty dishes, you're likely to mix things up and make a mess. Make sure that you know who is getting which dish before you enter the floor. You can have your order slip on the tray if you need to, but don't auction the food off. Oh yeah, order the correct food for the table. Remember to check on your table 2 to 3 minutes after you drop off their food. This will give them time to taste the food and give them a chance to let you know if they need anything. Always try to please your guests. John, Anna was unhappy with her pasta. Now you tried to appease her by offering to redo the pasta, which was great, but she didn't want that. You weren't prepared for this and worsened the situation by needing to check with the manager. You should know when you can comp items. You also didn't do a great job of reading Anna's body language. You tried to clear her pasta plate while she still had her fork in her hand. Guests will give you subtle clues to let you know when they are finished. Fork tines down on their plate, fork and knife crossed across the plate. Now, if you have a table that isn't giving you clues, you can always approach the table and offer to clear it. Be sure you wait for an answer before you grab the plate. Jane did a great job in presenting her entrees to her table. She knew where she was going with each dish and presented them quickly. John, you sort of rushed your table by worrying about the dessert. You assumed that they were going to the symphony, but they weren't. You should never assume anything. You did do a good job clearing the table, but when you returned to take the dessert order, you didn't give the rest of the guests menus. No one had a menu to look at except for Anna. Therefore, you only had one dessert sale, which was comped, and some coffee. Jane, you did an excellent job of presenting your table with dessert. Once your table has dessert, it's a good idea to get their bill in order so that you can present it to them when they're ready. John, you got the bill in order, but then you forgot to drop it. Jane, you did a great job. You checked on the table, cleared dishes, and dropped the check. You picked up the check quickly and returned the credit slips in a speedy manner as well. Jane, you did such a good job, they made future reservations with you on the spot. John, I was summoned to your table regarding the bill you had the busboy present to them. You charged them for more than you should have. I was able to calm the guests down, but we had to eat the cost of that meal, plus a gift certificate. I think that's about it for today's training session. Try to keep in mind that every diner has a sense of what to expect from a waiter. If you go a little above and beyond the call of duty, you'll reap big rewards in the end.